Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the lecture Advanced Software Engineering and Technology. Is it visible to you? Is this presentation visible
Yes,
to
sir.
you? In last lecture, we already saw this diagram. In this diagram, we have discussed about the problem statement, requirement, non-functional and functional things. These two terms we can write with the help of use case diagram, and after that the analysis object we can show with the help of class diagram and dynamic model. This dynamic model we can also show with the help of state machine diagram and sequence diagram. System design. There are three ways to system design: subsystem decomposition, system design, object model, and system goals. Object
सर
design.
डायग्रामला थोडं झूम करा ना.
Just a minute. Is it okay now?
Yes, sir.
Then design goal, object design. Object design we can show with the help of class diagram and implementation source code. Then testing and software delivery or product delivery. We have already saw this in previous lecture. uh, Software engineering development activity. This is the diagram of software engineering development activities. Which activities we have to follow in the software development? Software is nothing that all these steps. Just you have to follow these steps, then your software will be ready. You have to follow all these activities into the software development process. We have already taken this example. We saw use case. There were purchase one-way ticket use case and participant into that initiated by traveler. The flow of event: the ticket traveler select the zone in which the destination station is located, and the ticket distributor display the price of ticket. The traveler insert an amount of money that is listed much as the price of ticket, and then the ticket distributor issue a specific ticket to the traveler and return some change money to the traveler. Entry condition: the traveler stand in front of the ticket distributor, which may be located at station or the origin of another station. And exit condition is the traveler hold the valid ticket and the exits change from that machine. uh, Quality requirement: if the transaction is not completed after 1 minute and inactive, the ticket distributor return all inserted money into that machine. These are the use case of one-way purchase ticket. You see, in this diagram we have seen one small story, one small scenario, and given their name: ticket, purchase one-way ticket. To purchase one-way ticket, we have created one story, that is the scenario, and the name of that scenario is use case. What is name of that use case? Purchase one-way ticket. We have to draw these into a one uh, into one circle or oval shape diagram. What? Purchase one way ticket. This entity we have to place into the use case. We will see in next, that is in detail. We have taken one example. That example is a dynamic model of ticket distributor. This is the sequential diagram, because here is a sequence given, and this sequential diagram we have to design at the level of dynamic modeling. You see here in this diagram, sequence diagram, we have to design at dynamic model. This diagram shows the interaction between the actor and the system during the purchase one-way ticket use case and the object that participated in the use case. You see, this is the actor. By this stimuli, we have shown the actor. Who is actor in this? The traveler is the actor. He has initiated the process, initiated the uh, task, that is use case. From that, he is communicating to the ticket distributor machine. He is selecting zone first step, second step inserting change, and in third step he is taking the acknowledgement with printed ticket. These steps initiated by this traveler, and zone wise the price is getting from this traveler by this machine, and if there is a extra amount, then he will update the balance and it will return due amount to the traveler. The last one will be the ticket that is given to the traveler. We have already discussed this example. An example transaction, you see an object model for ticket distributor. We can say this is the class diagram. In the purchase one-way ticket use case, a traveler purchase one-way ticket. This was the use case. In this, a traveler initiated the transaction that will be result in the ticket. In this purchase one-way ticket, the result output of that purchase one-way ticket use case is ticket. We want ticket from the machine. A ticket is valid only for specified zone. During the transaction, the system track the balance due by containing the coins and the bills inserted. So in this class diagram, you see transaction result into ticket valid for particular zone. Suppose traveler selected the zone SIDCO, then that ticket will be valid only for the SIDCO, and with that uh, amount paid for the ticket distribution, ticket, coin, and the bill. This machine will be return the coin which is extra than the ticket, as well as the bill in the form of a ticket. Bill will be generated. Now we are going to discuss about the system design. During the system design, developers define the design goal of the project and decompose the system into small subsystems that can be realized by individual teams. Suppose we are design engineer, we are the developer, and want to design a software for ticket distribution project. Then we have to make some small component into that. We have to decompose a big system into small pieces, so that that design will be beneficial to developer, so that can be develop. If there is an error, we can easily find out the error in which section that occur, that found, and also that is easy to distribute the work. You see, this is the class diagram only for the use case of purchase one-way ticket. Purchase one-way ticket. This is not whole project. This is the design of only the one-way ticket. Similarly, we have to make the segment. We have to make the subsystem into the one big system in complex system to reduce the complexity, as well as it will be easy to distribute the task to other engineer. Developers also select the strategies for building the system, such as hardware, software platform on which the system will run, the persistent data management strategy, the goal control flow, the access control policy, and the handling of boundary conditions. These strategies are also with the developers to building a system. Means we have to select the platform, on which hardware and software our project will be run. You see, all of we have a mobile phone, but some of the software can't work in my mobile because this hardware is different. Your mobile phone may be different, so their software requirement is different. In my mobile phone, the software requirement is different. Similarly, we have to study the whole project of the client. What is the status? What is the environment at the client side? And accordingly, develop, we have to select the project requirement, software as well as hardware. In ticket distribution machines, we require just a embedded kit. There we don't require a big computer that traveler will not handle, or the suppose ticket conductor will not carry that whole computer to him. That is the hardware requirement. Hardware for ticket distribution machine required only the embedded kit and a small display to show the output onto that display. And software, to design such type of a software, we required a tool like Python, Java, .NET, all that programming language we can use to develop a software. But for that, we require computer, and on that computer we have to install that programming languages, and with the help of that we will design software, and after last stage we will create a exe executable file of that software, and we will be put that into that embedded system. The name of that is ticket distribution project or machine. In that machine we will be add the exe. This is another point. Okay, now we already discussed that machine will be situated at the railway station and the nearest station from us. Then there may be a computer. That machine will be big machine. You see, our software, only one software will run at big machine, means on computer, as well as onto the embedded machine, a small machine. And at both end, that will work simultaneously. Suppose you have taken the ticket from these small machines, the output of that machine may should be recorded at the computer also, on the server, where that all machines connected, there the output should be recorded. Such type of software suppose we want to develop, then a project developer should consider all these parameters. The persistence data management strategy, he has to select how the data will be stored and retrieved. Yeah, it required to store on the server or only into the machine only. Hmm? The goal of control flow, how the record will be stored and who will be manipulate that record, who will be control that record, that we have to decide at the developer level. The access control policy, who can access that secure data, who can access the ticket only, who can access the uh, record of that all tickets. Suppose in one day how much ticket is distributed by machine, who will be access this record. This is at the developer level we have to consider. And handling the boundary conditions, means user what can do. The project, suppose we have already designed one software as a ticket distribution machine, then who will handle that machine, who will handle the transactions of that machine, like taking ticket and inserting money into machine, that who will handle, and who will add the paper into that machine for printing the tickets. That all tasks we have to make the boundary to all tasks, means user, is there permission to give, is there we have to give the permission to user to change the paper of ticket or not. That boundary we have to make as a developer. The result of system design is clear description of each of these strategies, a subsystem decomposition, and a deployment diagram represent the hardware software mapping of the system. At the deployment diagram, we have to map the hardware software system, how it will be look like, though that is the into the subsystem. Whereas both the analysis and the system design purchase model of the system under the constructions. Only analysis deals with the entity, that the system design deals with much or more refined model that include many entities that are beyond the comprehensions and interest of the client. In this is given into the figures 1.6, example of decomposition of ticket distribution client can understand. You see this diagram, a subsystem decomposition for the ticket distribution. UML class diagram, packet represents subsystem, dashes line represent the dependencies, means which task is depends upon the uh, base task. The traveler, the travel interface subsystem is responsible for collecting input for the traveler and providing feedback. Display ticket price, return change. The local tariff subsystem computer the price of different ticket based on the local database. The central tariff subsystem located on the central computer and maintain a reference copy of tariff database. A updater subsystem is responsible for the updating the local database at each ticket distributor through a network when ticket price is changed. This is a subsystem, traveler interface, updater, local tariff, central tariff. A subsystem decomposition for the ticket distribution project, means this is a one component only for traveler interface to the machine. how traveler will be connect to the machine, that only given into this class diagram. In this class diagram we can say this is the subsystem. This subsystem we can use into another project, so we can say this is the object oriented software engineering. Means one object we have to create and that can be used into the another software, because we have designed a subsystem, small component individually. Now you see object design. During the object design, developer defines solution domain object to bridge the gap between the analysis model and the hardware software platform defined during the system design. Bridge the gap between the analysis model. You see, this is the
सर
system.
स्क्रीन में किससे दे
Okay. Now see, check now.
Yes, sir.
Jyoti.
हिस्ट्री से रहा था
Okay. You see, this is the UML class diagram. We can say this is subsystem. Okay, this is a small component of the big system, so we can say this is a subsystem. Just keep in mind this is subsystem, and if we take only one component, one communication in transaction and ticket, then that will be a object of that subsystem, and our project will be a collection of various objects. During the system design, developer define the design goal of the project and decompose the system into small subsystem. Okay, after that we have to create a small object. During the object design, developer define the solution domain object to bridge the gap between the model, to understand the uh, smallest communication like traveler and machine. What we have to do in between that, which interface we have to use, means traveler insert money as well as traveler will give the input to machine in the form of a destination. He will select zone in which area he want to go. This is one step how we have to do as a software engineer. We have to make the object of that. Our objective is to select the zone and insert the money into machine, and the machine's objective will be, machine will be after that generate the output according to the input of the traveler. This include the previously describing object and subsystem interfaces, selecting of the self component, resulting the object model to attain design goals such as extensively or understandability, and optimizing the object model for the performance. Why we have to require this object design? To fill up the gap as well as to describe the object and the systems interfaces, subsystems interfaces, how one system is connected to another system. We have to make their object. In every subsystem we have to design a object. selecting off-shelf components. For off-shelf components, every part of the system. Suppose our software we have designed for taking input from the traveler. Our software will take the input in the form of a zone and the amount. We will be add the money into machine, as well as we will be add the zone in which area we have to go. Okay, software what will do with that input? Software will perform some calculations according to money we have inserted into that, and then it will be check the balance of ticket. Is it equivalent to the ticket balance or not? If it is equivalent or greater than this, then our software automatically should return the money. This is one object, okay, that is designed into our software coding. Another object is, after that machine itself start and print the ticket. This is another objective of our machine. First objective is compare just money which is inserted into machine and the zone the traveler selected. These two condition is checking by the system. This is one object. Another second object, machine will start and print the ticket. Their printer will be start. Software will give the command to the printer to print the ticket. In that small machine, their inbuilt printer may be connected. Suppose we have connected the printer to our computer. Okay, we have written something into the notepad or the wordpad, and after writing that we have to save this save that file. Suppose we have saved that file into this our computer. This is one object. Another object, we have to take the printout of that. For that we have to connect the printer to our computer. Is it understanding? समझ में आ रहा है क्या?
Yes, sir.
समझो,
Yes.
आपने कुछ रिज्यूम या कुछ डॉक्यूमेंट जो है कंप्यूटर में बनाए हैं, ठीक है, ये तो एक कंपोनेंट हो गया, आप उसको व्हाट्सएप से या ईमेल से सेंड कर सकते हैं। लेकिन अगर आपको उसकी प्रिंट आउट चाहिए तो आप क्या करेंगे, प्रिंटर कंप्यूटर को कनेक्ट करेंगे। दिस इज अनदर ऑब्जेक्ट। अब आपका जो सॉफ्टवेयर है, आपका जो कंप्यूटर है, वो प्रिंटर को कनेक्ट होना चाहिए। इसके लिए आपको फिर से अलग से एक सॉफ्टवेयर लगेगा। किसी भी कंप्यूटर को अगर आपने प्रिंटर लगा दिया तो प्रिंट आउट नहीं निकलती। प्रिंटर के जो ड्राइवर्स होते हैं, उसको अपन ड्राइवर्स बोलते हैं, वो क्या होता है, सॉफ्टवेयर इंटरफेस होता है जो कंप्यूटर और प्रिंटर को कनेक्ट करता है। दैट इंटरफेस, दैट दिस इज द अनदर ऑब्जेक्ट, वी कैन से दैट इज अनदर ऑब्जेक्ट। अपना जो टिकट डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन मशीन का जो सॉफ्टवेयर है, दैट विल बी कनेक्ट टू द प्रिंटर टू गिव द प्रिंट आउट। सो दिस टास्क विल बी different. Taking input from customer is different object, and another of self component will be the printer. We have to take the printout. Similarly, there are various interfaces we have to design into our system. We have to design, suppose we want output into the pen drive, suppose we want output onto the Google Drive or the cloud. All you are using mobile phone. You know, in mobile phone, suppose you have taken the photographs, and there is setting into mobile phone to upload that all photograph onto the cloud. then what happen? Your mobile's memory will be free. Why this is happening? Because the object is given into that software after taking the photograph into mobile phone, that is automatically should be uploaded to the cloud. This is third type of object into such type of a software. So we have to take the different object design. The result of object design activity is to relate object model annotated with a strength and precise description for each element. We describe object design and its related concept in detail in next some lecture. Object design reuse pattern solution, object design specifying interface. Why this is important? To reuse the pattern. Suppose you have designed one software for printer. Okay, uh, suppose we have connected printer to our computer, and any document from computer can be print with our software, and that will be sent to the printer, and printer will print that. Such type of a software suppose we have designed. Now this software which you have designed, which can be used everywhere. In another project you can use that software, in another computer you can use that software, you can send that software to your friends, you can sell that software. Why? Because this is very small software and which is very useful to everywhere, every project. So the object oriented programming, object oriented software design is useful to reuse the pattern. Suppose similar kind of a function is there in software, then we can use that code into another software. Suppose camera, every mobile phone now we are finding this function camera. Okay, but there is a software to take the output from the camera. Now we can use that software into mobile phone, into computer, as well as onto website. For biometric purpose we can also use that software. So similar kind of a code is there for face capture. Application may be different, but the design of that object and coding of that object is same, so we can reuse that code into another software. Suppose you are working into the software industry, software company, then you have various code already developed by you. This code you can use into the software which you got newly requirement. In that newly requirement you can use for new customer, you can use your previous coding. This is the advantage recurring pattern solution of object design. And also for specifying the interfaces. Suppose once you have designed one interface for human communication to the computer, then that interface you can again use into the another software. In this diagram, a subsystem decomposition for ticket distributor, the traveler interface subsystem responsible for collecting input. This interface will take the input in the form of money as well as zone in which area we want to go. Then tariff, a local tariff subsystem. This is another subsystem. The local tariff subsystem computes the price of the different ticket based on the local database, and the central tariff subsystem located on the central computer maintain the reference copy of tariff database. A updater subsystem is responsible for update the local database at each ticket distributor.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
What is mean by tariff?
Tariff. Tariff means the network. Tariff means network. Means their various devices is connected. Various data may be connected. You see, uh, suppose we are accessing the ATM machine. Do you know how to access ATM machine?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We have to insert the ATM card into machine. At that time, machine will what happen there into machine will be select your account number from your ATM card, and that will be sent to the bank server. Now see, there are various user are connected to that server, that networks means the tariff. Local local tariff will be the only to that single machine how much computers are how much users are using that ATM machine. That data is the local tariff. Means in one day how much people use that ATM machine. That all be the local tariff, local people's data. Means I have used that machine, you have used that machine, another people again use that machine. That all data will be the local data, local input, that will be connected to the bank. Then the record will be stored, and record will be sent back to the local machine with the help of tariff. Is it understanding?
Yes, sir.
Now see, in this machine, in this diagram we have created four subsystem. First one is interface, traveler interface. Second one is the local tariff. Third one updaters, and fourth one is central tariff. All these four are the subsystems. So here you see this diagram. This is the symbol of subsystem. To represent subsystem, we have to design such type of a class diagram. This is the class diagram of system. UML diagram, Unified Modeling Language diagram. In this traveler interface, we will take the input, and that will send to the local tariff. Okay, means input will be taken to the machine, and that this subsystem will be connected to the central tariff. With the help of updater, it will send our record. Means what will be sent here. Here the zone and the money which is inserted into the machine, that will be sent to the updater, and updater will be send that record into the central tariff, central processing station. This is situated at the this is the server. This will be situated at uh, office of the ticket distribution station, or any office of the ticket distribution project. On that machine also, how much tickets are taken by the particular local tariff, that's record will be stored at central tariff station. Now you see, on this central tariff there may be a various local tariff connected. All this data will be stored on this machine, and this data will be visible to the some particular user like manager of the project. The central tariff subsystem located on the central computer maintain a reference copy of tariff database. It will keep how much tickets are distributed today by this local tariff, by this machine, and from another machine how much computer will be, how much tickets are taken, from another how much tickets are taken. Like that, all record will be stored at the central tariff. An updater subsystem is responsible for updating the local database at each ticket distributor project and network when ticket price change. Now suppose the ticket price is changed. Suppose by traveler interface this zone is updated, means he want to go from our college to university. Instead of our college to SIDCO, he want to go to the university. Then the price of ticket will be changed. This updater will be send the record to the central tariff database, and accordingly it will update and it will send back to the local tariff and traveler. We have to create such type of subsystems into the big project. Then it will easy to design a software. Why we are doing these subsystems? To create a small object so that can be easy to reduce the complexity as well as to reduce the burden from the project developer. We have to make a small subsystem, and then this subsystem can be designed by the our programmers, our designers. This will easy to design. Now next phase is the activity is the implementation. This is another activity. In implementation what we have to do, क्या करेंगे आप implementation में? Now see implementation, उसके बाद में क्या है? Source code and test and software delivery. Implementation means Asia.
Yes, sir.
Implementation क्या करेंगे? Implementation we have to make the coding. Now we have designed the subsystem and the objects. Now we have to create code for that design. ये जो डिज़ाइन आपने बनाई है, इस ट्रैवलर इंटरफेस, लोकल ट्रैरिफ क्या होगा, अपडेटर, सेंट्रल प्रोसेस क्या होगा, all that now require the coding. That is the actual implementation. During implementation, developer translate the solution domain model into the source code. We, as a developer, we have to create the code of this design. This include implementing the attributes and method of each object and integrate all the objects such that they function as single system. You see, okay, in this level we have various attribute a property, single object of our software. We have to design the code for every single object. For traveler interface we have to create code, for local tariff we have to create code, for updater, for central tariff. There will be 4 modules and these modules should run individually. Generally what happen in small project, we have to create code for all project and then run. अगर बड़ा प्रोजेक्ट है आपके पास तो आप क्या करेंगे? उसमें सब सिस्टम, वी हैव टू क्रिएट सब सिस्टम. अगर छोटा प्रोजेक्ट है तो आप क्या करते? एक ही बार पूरा कोड लिखते और उसको रन करते. लेकिन अगर बड़ा प्रोजेक्ट है तो वी हैव टू क्रिएट कोड फॉर अ स्मॉल ऑब्जेक्ट, और उतना ही कोड आपको रन करके देखना है इसमें कुछ प्रॉब्लम है क्या। उसके बाद दूसरा इंजीनियर दूसरा कोड करेगा, उसका जो कोड है वो रन करके देखेगा, इज देयर एनी प्रॉब्लम, इज देयर एनी एरर्स, if there then he will find out that and recorrect that. So individually for all object we have to create code, as well as we have to execute that code. If there are problem, then on that level only we have to solve. On coding level itself the code will be corrected, and after that all code we have to integrate such that they function as a single system. देखो ये जो है ये एक सिंगल सिस्टम है, उसका कोड आप रन करके देखेंगे, इज देयर एनी प्रॉब्लम, इफ इसमें कोई भी प्रॉब्लम नहीं तो इसमें देखेंगे, ये सब कोड इंडिविजुअली रन हो गए, उसके बाद वो पूरी सिस्टम आप इंटीग्रेट करेंगे और उसका भी आउटपुट देखेंगे, उसका भी फंक्शन चालू हो गया क्या, दैट कैन बी सी। द इम्प्लीमेंटेशन एक्टिविटी स्पैन्स the gap between the detailed object design model and complete set of source code file that can be compiled. अब in this activity, implementation activity, what we have to do, we have to see the single code as well as the whole system code. If there is any
Hello, sir.
gap, yes,
सर स्क्रीन दिसत नाहीये. हा दिसली.
दिसलेगा,
हो सर.
okay. Now
हो
see,
सर.
is it visible now, Swati?
Yes sir. Yes sir.
Okay. We are at the implementation stage. What we have to do in implementation stage, we have to fill the gap of in between the small object design code and whole project, complete project code. Is there any problem after running the whole code, whole project? We have to find as well. The implementation activity spans the gap between the detailed object design and a complete set of source code file that can be compiled. ऐसा नहीं है कि समझो आपने सिर्फ एक सब सिस्टम का कोड जो है उसमें का एरर निकाल दिया और दूसरे सब सिस्टम का भी कोड किया, उसमें का एरर है निकाल दिया, वो इंडिविजुअली all these small software, small component are running, okay, there is no problem at all. Now we have to connect all these software to a single code. उसके बाद में उसको implement करके देखना है, उसको run करके देखना है, is there any problem after executing the whole source code at the implementation level. And we have to describe the mapping of UML model to the code. In the next we will see that. We assume you are already familiar with programming concept and know how to program data structure and algorithm using object oriented like Java, C++. I think you know C programming, object oriented,
Yes, sir.
Java. In that, how to design, how to create coding for object, you already know that. So once you have created the coding for object, we have to make connection of each object to each other with the help of your expertise into the object oriented languages, and find if there any error into the complete set of source code. On the implementation level you have to solve. After that you will send this software to the testing level. Okay, अब implementation हो गया, Then during the testing, developer find the difference between the system and its model by executing the system. What will happen? During the testing, developer find the differences between the systems and its model by executing the system or part of it with sample input data sets. During the input testing, developer compare the object design model with each object and subsystem. Tester engineer will be use that software as a end user. They will be add the record which is required to that software, and they will test a single object subsystem and the whole system likewise. During the integration testing, combination of subsystem are integrated together and compare with the system design model. If there is any subsystem are integrated together and compare with subsystem design model, is there any problem, they will compare objects output as well as whole system subsystems output. They will compare during the system testing. Typical and exceptions cases are run through the system and compare with the requirement model. Suppose some cases are there, some exceptional cases are there. In that cases also we have to find if there error or is there any requirement to our software. Suppose we have designed our software into the Java programming language, and after deploying that software, is there any requirement to that software to run onto the particular system, particular individual's machines? Like some software required Java framework, some software required the .NET framework. You know there are some frameworks required for software installation. Do you know? आपको पता है क्या आपके सॉफ्टवेयर के साथ में और कुछ एक आधा सॉफ्टवेयर कभी कभी लगता है, फ्रेमवर्क लगता है उस सॉफ्टवेयर का? देखा क्या कभी आपने? जैसे कि एंड्रॉयड इंस्टॉल करने के लिए जावा लगता है. डू यू नो दैट?
Yes, sir.
that these that's the exceptional cases. Means for particular software some additional softwares required. We have to find that into the testing. During the testing we have to find that and compare that and add into that software package. The goal of testing is to discover as many faults as possible such that they can be repaired before to deliver to the system. क्या गोल है टेस्टिंग का? They should be find all possible errors, all possible problems into the software before deliver to the customer, before giving to the client. We have to find all the errors into the system, how much type of errors may be there, possible errors at the time of installing, at the time of working with that software, at the time of working with subsystem. Such type of a error we have to find out at the testing. This is the goal, this is the objective of testing, to find out the errors before deploy to the customer. The planning of testing phase occur in parallel to the other development activities. System tests are planned during the requirement elicitation and analysis. Integration tests are planned during the system design, and unit tests are planned during the object design. We will see detail in next chapter. In detail this is given. There is a special chapter of testing, in that we will see detail. But you think the planning of testing phase occur in parallel to the other development activities. In testing in system test are planned during the requirement elicitation and analysis. Integration test means one activity again depends upon the previous some activities. We have to make analysis during the requirement elicitation at the time of data collection. Similarly, we have to we can get the questions in our mind how to make analysis of this information, and in next during the integration testing planning we can think about the design. After suppose we are doing analysis, at that analysis level we can again think about the how to design that. In design we have to think the next step, that is the implementation. All these activities are independent on dependent on each other, so some phases we have to work parallelly. If any question to you on testing, implementation, you can ask, and object design, system design. In today's lecture we have discussed about the object design, system design, implementation and testing. If you have any doubt, any question on this point, you can ask me. In this lecture we covered the development activities, system design, object design, implementation and testing. You have to keep in mind all these things: problem, requirement, functional analysis, then design, implementation and testing. Swati,
Yes, sir.
do you have any question?
No, sir.
Do you understand object design, object oriented software engineering?
Yes, sir.
System, subsystem and object. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All of you understand implementation, testing, system design, object design? Jyoti?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ashwini?
Yes, sir.
Rahul? Rahul,
Yes, sir.
do you have any question?
No, sir.
Bhakti?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any question on implementation, testing, system
No.
design, object design?
Sir.
No?
No.
Oh. Then okay, have a nice day. Bye. Thank you. You can join another lecture and leave this lecture.